Yes, indeed, man. Welcome to another episode of Facts, man. And it's your boy, your host, E. Dale. I'm back, man. And today, man, I got a great guest, man. I got a community enthusiast in the house. I got a guy that's in the community doing work. And I'm going to call him, man, by name. And I know he don't like people calling him by his government name, man. This is my man, Tavares, a.k.a. Spunk Moore, in the building, man. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing all right, man.
Okay. All right, so look, man, today, man, I'm here because, man, I want to talk about the community work that you're doing. I've been seeing and been hearing about. So, first off, tell the people about yourself, a little bit about yourself.
Well, like I said, man, the first name, I don't think I heard that first name ever since school, man, middle school. I don't think they knew my damn name like that in high school.
Okay.
But I do a lot of things, man. I mentor kids. I mean, I don't get paid for this shit, man. I sit down and I talk to a lot of guys that's on the corner.
Right.
About real issues, yo. A lot of people come to me, yo, because they call me OG because I've been in the streets for so damn long.
Right.
But a lot of guys come to me with questions, yo, on how to make it in life, yo.
Right.
How to be a better father.
Right.
How to be a better man. They question me, yo.
So let me ask you this. You saying you're doing these things in the community, people come to you. How effective is, your knowledge? How does it affect them? I mean, do they receive it well? I mean, how does that work? Like,
yes, I mean, I feel like they receive it well, yo. When you talk to somebody one-on-one, they can actually picture what you're saying one-on-one.
Right.
Then when they with a crowd full of motherfuckers, yo,
right.
When you with a crowd, man, you ain't listening to that shit, man. You just
you talk
nod
shit
in
back.
your head, whatever, because you trying
Right.
to show off for the ones around
Right.
you. But pulling somebody one-on-one, yo, and really talk about life
Right.
issues and what they're really going through, they
Right.
listening, yo.
Yeah, they listening.
So when you feel like you're wasting your time, man, sometimes you're not wasting your time, man, because a lot of people, yo, they understand where you're coming from,
Right.
yo.
Well, look, I love what you're doing, man, in the community. And then you did say something important that we don't want to forget and we want to make mention of. You don't get paid for this work.
Nah.
This community service work that you do, the things that you do out here, you don't get paid for. So, look, how are you able to continue your work without being paid for it? Do people donate to you or something?
Yeah, pretty much when I do coat and shoe drives for the misfortunate, and I'm going to say misfortunate because I can't say homeless because we all check away from being homeless.
Right.
But when I do the shit for misfortunate ones, I got a lot of people, yo, that actually see me and I reach out to that donate shoes. When I feed the elderly at the elderly homes on Thanksgiving, I got a lot of people y'all reach out to, yo, that donate money, yo, to help buy food and whatever. Okay. A lot of people, yo, I tell, don't never donate something unless you want to come out and see your work, man. You got to see where your money going at.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, yo, it's pretty much, yo, it's self-seen. Everything's seen. So, I mean, people see your work. They hear about your work. I come support your work.
That's impressive, man. So, look, let me say this because a lot of people don't know. Look, and I'm going to tell people, I'm going to give them a little background on our history. Our families are real good friends. And growing up, it's been nice that I stayed at your house. I think that you probably beat us up one night or something in the dark or something one day or something like that. But it's been nice that we stayed at your house. Your mom, Miss Lena, her, my grandmother, and my dad, they were really great friends. We lived on Chestnut Street, man, and to see you from then to now, to see the work that you're doing, the growth, to see how enthusiastic the community is when you come through. Man, that is a blessing. I love every minute of it, man. And what type of gratification do you get from that? Like, how do you feel like after an event like that, when you're doing your coat drive, or you're feeding the elderly, or just mentoring youth on the corner? Like, when you come home after those moments, what is your thoughts?
Well, I mean, like you said, man, how we came up, man, we had positive role models in our life, man.
Right.
Even though our moms and grandmothers and all that, yo, they did wrong, but they still showed us the right way. We ain't never had to really see shit, yo, that we ain't had to see
right.
at an early age because they cover it.
Right.
But by me doing a lot of stuff, man, it feel good knowing that I helped somebody, yo, knowing that I done tore these damn streets down, man, not going back, yo, to repair that shit, yo. That shit feel real good, yo. So, man. I mean, by me doing what I do, I get a pleasure not even hearing somebody say thank you, man, but knowing, yo, that, yo, my life meant something, yo. I got a purpose in life. So I mean, yo, that's my thrill, man. That's what gets me off, yo.
Man, that's dope, man. Because I feel share that same sentiment. I want my life to have meaning. I don't want it to be in vain. I don't want no one to look at me and think of me as an old drug dealer or something. You know what I mean? Or a guy just from the street. When a person mentions my name, I want to say, hey, I want them to say, remember me and say, that brother done great work in the community. That brother has moved his life to a direction where, I mean, I don't know if we thought it was possible. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I see this situation with you, man. And that's gratification for me to know my mom can look at me and say, well done, son. You know what I'm saying?
You got to look at it, man. First of all, where we from, they ain't going to say, well, that brother's doing good. They're going to say that nigga doing good. but at the same time, yo, like I was telling you, man, yo, to change your life, sometimes people got to sit down.
Right.
When you got to sit down, yo, and actually go through life and say, man, yo, you know what? I'm going to come home on a positive note. People go to church. Let's use church. Sundays, people go to church on Sundays because they feel like it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. Even though they might not say, well, that's the right thing to do, but that's what they do, yo. I mean, they go on because they feel like that's the right thing to do. Right. They might not be saved, they might not be blessed and none of that, but yo, that's the right thing to do.
Right.
But you coming home, yo, on a positive note, and you changing the ways that what you going through and what you been through, yo, that's real, man. Because yo, everybody don't get a chance to change. Everybody don't get a chance to tell their stories.
Right.
Because we missing a lot of people right now. Yo.
Right. Because I think that it's important that we all recognize that, man. Look, we need each other in these communities. That's the important thing. I think that, look, when we say the hood, see, we took neighbor out of neighbor. You know what I mean? We totally got rid of neighbor, and we just call it the hood. I think that we need more of that in the community. And that's where you come in. People like you come in, and that's why I'm sitting here in your living room talking to you about the work that you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it should be congratulated. It should be known. You know what I mean? People should hear these things. People should be able to say, yo, damn, this is dope what Spunk is doing. Let me get involved. See, I want people to hear the story, see your story, and say, hey, look, I want to get involved. How can I be involved?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Now, when you got a bunch of people, yo, that want to help you out, it might handicap you.
Okay.
So you might, personally, I do things off a couple people. I don't like a bunch of people around me. I do things off a couple people because a couple people, yo, we can share ideas, yo, and it's nothing behind it.
Right.
But when you got a bunch of people, yo, everybody want to control. Everybody want to play chief, and nobody don't want to be the damn Indian. So I mean, that'll handicap you from doing what you want to do in the community.
Right.
So you're gonna need people, yo, not to support you.
Right.
And then you got a lot of people out there that want to support you, but they still got their feet in the streets. They doing wrong and whatever. Mm-hmm. Yo, you got to eliminate everything around you, yo, that's not good for you. Because all money ain't good money. You know that. Yeah. All money ain't good money.
Yeah. I know that for a fact.
Yo, but I mean, yo, dude, it's like, yo.
But that's why I'm poor.
Yeah, I mean, yo, it's like, yo, you got to pick and choose who you want around you, who going to be in your square.
Well, I think that's important, though. For real, I don't want to stop you. I know you're going, you know what I mean? And we're going to get back to that. But that's important to know that, look, you shouldn't have that many people around you. People got hidden intentions. You know what I mean? People want to be at the top. They want to be seen, right? That's gratification from them. Not actually having the heart to do the type of work. You know what I mean? Actually having to pound the pavement to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to pound the pavement. And sometimes pounding the pavement, it's not so glamorous. It's not so fun when you're tired or you're hot or you're sweating or you can't get resources that you need to make sure that the things that you're doing can continue. You know, so those things at night, man, I congratulate you, man. You have to be a strong individual to continue that progress, to be able to make sure that process stay the same or even grow or get better. You know, so look, okay, well, see, I know you said you had a bike drive and you had the coat drive. Like, when is your bike drive? When does that take place? Like, when does that work?
Well, I did. This is my first year doing a bike drive this year, and it turned out pretty good, man. Because I started off and I was gonna do 10 to 15 families.
Okay.
And people caught on to it and loved the idea that I was sharing, yo, buy bikes for the kids, yo, and families, yo, because, yo, you know, give kids something to do, give them exercise. Let them run the streets.
Right.
But yo, a lot of people caught whip through it, and I did almost 50 damn families.
50 families?
50
and you only wanted to do 15? That's a blessing, brother.
I'm telling you, it's like, yo, God can put people in your path, and not even you don't even know who's finna knock on the door next, yo. Right. It's like, yo, things happen, yo. When you got people around you, man, they want to see you, yo, move up.
Right.
Yo, man, it's nothing, yo.
That's dope, man.
I can't take credit on nothing I do.
Right.
Because your people support me.
Right.
So you always got to give a shout out to all the ones, yo, that's around you, man, that want to see you do good, because everybody don't want to see you do good, man.
You're right about
like
that.
I said, from 10 to 15 families and actually doing 50. Yo, I don't see time when I'm feeding at Kinston Towers, yo, at the elderly home. Yo, I remember starting off almost 15 years ago doing 2 to 3 families. Me and my wife and my cousin, Keisha Moore. But we started off doing 2 to 3 people. And it ended up doing now to almost 1,000 people on Thanksgiving. Man. So I mean, you can't tell me about what ain't gonna work or whatever, man. I mean, yo, dude, you just keep going, yo. God gonna put people in your life, man.
Let me ask you this, man. I hear you talking about all these great things and all these things that you're doing. I want you to tell everybody that's listening, how did Spunk get to that point? I mean, like, what was the defining moment that made you say, you know what, I'm finna go in the community and give back? Look out, did something traumatic happen? Did you get incarcerated? I mean, look, give a little bit about your story. Tell the people about that part that led Spunk to doing that.
Well, hell no, I ain't getting incarcerated. but yo, I mean, yo, it's like everybody always talk about, yo, how it was back in the days when the good old days.
Right.
Yo, dude, man, you can make that shit happen your damn self, man. There ain't no, yo, this is how it used to be when you here to change that shit.
Right.
I got tired of, yo, complaining about why people don't do this. Why Jerry Stackhouse or why these celebrities, yo, don't do this right here. They got the money to do it. Until one day I sat down and figured out, yo, I could get a couple people and everybody could pitch in $20 and we could then feed the whole community off case of chickens and whatever, yo.
Right.
So that kind of changed my, once I put it together, the first time me doing it, yo, I seen how easy that shit was, yo.
Your big ass didn't go home crying, did you, after that? Now, let me
Hell yeah, look. Hell yeah. Motherfucker, yo,
I didn't picture you crying.
Hell yeah.
It was a happy cry,
but you know what, though? That's the part of life that people don't get, man. The older you get, the more sensitive you get to things, yo.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the shit that didn't bother me one time when I was young, when somebody used to get killed, that shit used to excite me, yo. Like, man, fuck that nigga. But now, it's like, yo, you get to a point now when you hear about somebody getting killed, you shake your head like, man, oh, man. Right. Yo, when you see people, yo, that you grew up with, until now, we in our 40s, yo, you hug the motherfuckers, yo, because, yo, you know how precious life is now. Right. Every step means something, yo. The older you get, the more you wisen up.
Man.
So, I mean, yo, it's like, yo, it's more like, yo, we appreciate shit more now than we did.
Right, because we're adults and we've got a little experience under our belt and everything, and then you just get a little more of the human side of you come out. That's what it is. You're paying attention to your own children, and then you're paying attention to what's outside the door, and you're like, damn, I don't want my children to be able to have to live like this. I want my children to be able to be raised and have to not have to worry about if I go down the street, would the day be my day? You know what I'm saying? No matter how it happens. But moving off that, then you told us a little bit of that, and now that we're getting into this, what do you think about the community violence in the community right now in Kinston?
Well, I mean, that's a hard one there.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. I got mixed emotions. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to just tell you how I feel about it first, because then maybe you could go off of that, and then you may have some ideas, because me personally, I see it, to me, it's just a shame that we can't come together as young folks and talk. I always say young black men need to learn to communicate with each other, right? Some of the things that happen and some of these deaths that are taking place, it's just over minor disputes. It's not over nothing major, because I don't think anyone in the community is a millionaire. I don't think, like on the corner or somebody's, you know. So when people are very protective, when they don't have much and what they have, they want to keep, and they're willing to do anything to protect that. I think that it's bad for all of us. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we just need to be able to pitch a hand and step out sometimes and say, hey, look, we got to talk to these kids. We got to figure out a way to get these kids some hope. I think that the kids don't have no hope in the community. I think that they will come outside themselves and look around and look at their environment and say, shit, well, I mean, ain't nothing going on. I don't have nothing to do. Look at the parks. We don't have no more parks in our community, but we can go across town and we got big battleships out there in the park looking nice and pretty and fancy. And look, I'm not just saying, I'm the type of person, I don't like to I don't want people to think that I blame white folks for black people problems.
Yes, I do.
But I mean, there are those, listen, but there are certain things that we can blame them for. A lot of things, but I'm just saying, but there are things that I think that we can do as a community together to stop that. And I think that the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how to get these guns to stop coming into the community. I mean, what you think? I mean, how you feel about it?
I'm gonna tell you something, man. And a lot of people don't want to get direct. They don't want to get ugly with this shit. They don't want to look beneath the concrete.
Okay.
When the Arabs came in our fucking community, yo, that's when the gun problem went sky high, man.
Okay.
And nobody don't want to talk about this shit. The Arabs bring most of all these damn guns in this damn community. That's why these guys, yo, look up the Arabs and hang to the damn stores because, yo, that's where the guns at. That's where the dope at.
Okay.
So they providing shit in the community. Mm. But yo, the sad thing about it is, we got to admit to ourselves, not just me, but yo, all the guys, yo, that's in their 40s, their 50s, yo, and they saying, yo, these young dudes stupid and everything else, man. We got to admit to ourselves first, yo, that we fail as the OGs.
Right.
Because, yo, we led that damn way, man.
Right.
We could jump out here and stop these guys, yo. Cause all the Kinston's so damn small, all of us family, man. We could stop out here. We could stop a lot of shit that goes on.
Right.
But nobody don't want to, cause yo, these dudes here, they scared.
So why the OGs are not? Why aren't people coming to the look? I see a lot of social media talk. I hear a lot every time things happen, and everybody talking in the community. Like, what would be your advice to them, to the people that just say on social media that we put out these RIP sentiments, we do all these things. What would you say to do to give to them to help? Like, if you had a message to say, what would be the message to them about the community violence? Like when they post it and they're saying about it, and because some people may actually want to help, but they just don't know how.
First of all, if you want to help, you'll find a damn way to help.
Okay.
If your dick get hard, you'll find a way to find that damn gal. Motherfucker, you know what I mean, dude? If people really want to help, they know how to help.
Right.
It's just they make excuses not to help, yo. Yeah. Motherfucker, it's easy to blame me or blame you for some shit, yo, instead of looking in the damn mirror and say, yo, dude, yo, I'm part of this shit too.
Right.
You don't just go home and eat a half a damn plate. You eat a whole damn plate.
Right.
So when it come down to this beef and everything that's going on in these streets, these same dudes that, yo, we used to chase home from school, now they OGs over our kids, and our kids looking up to them, and nobody ain't saying this, man, it's bullshit, man. Yeah. That's bullshit. But, yo, we want to change something. Yo, we got to actually have something to get these kids.
Right. When you trying to change them.
Right. Say if, yo, when you was out there in the streets, man, and you were doing your thing, nobody can't stop you from hustling if they didn't have another way for you to make money.
Right.
So you gotta have another way to help these dudes, yo.
Right. So I talk about that a lot as well, man, because I think that's important. Because when you take away something, you have to replace it with something.
Yeah, right.
Right. I look at it like this. What do kids love most? Right. This is how I view it. I say kids love music most. They love videos most. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, hey, look. To the people, to the leaders in the community or the people with the money, you want to see these things stop? Hey, look, build studios around and invite kids to do shows or invite kids to make music or make movies. Look, I say teach kids how to, first of all, let me say this. Most black people, I think they should look into logistics work, right? Because that is what holds the world together. Logistics. If without logistics, we can't get products and services to one place to the other, right? We have to look. I say teach them logistics, teach them how to use Excel, SAP, all these things, these exercises, and bring some of those things to the community. I don't know how we're going to get them to do it or actually sit down and say, hey, look,
I'm going to tell you,
it's interest in it.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what's hard. When you got superstars, Kinston is known to push out basketball players all over the damn world, NBA status, yo. But when we push these players out, man, instead of you coming back to change the hood, You come back, yo, on the same bullshit these dudes, yo, that's doing in the hood, throwing up blood signs and all kind of shit. Yo, we got so many celebrities, basketball players, yo, to come back, yo, mess with drug dealers or gang banging and shit like that because, yo, they feel like, yo, dude, that's the cool shit to do, yo. No, man, when you make it out, the object of the game is make it out of the neighborhood.
Right.
Not come back and do the same shit these niggas doing. So it's like, yo, they making the money. But yo, they don't have the capability. They don't have the thought to say, yo, you know what? I'm gonna open up a boys and girls club. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Nobody don't want to do that shit, yo. They go to. I'm gonna tell you a perfect example. Yo, we got celebrities that come back and donate $10,000-$15,000 to the motherfucking soup kitchen, which is ran by a church. First of all, the soup kitchen is ran by a church. FEMA pay the light bills. Now, you Google this shit. Now, you look this shit up. FEMA pay the damn light bill. Motherfucking, the food is donated through a food bank, which the church get the food. Mm-hmm. The volunteers, people volunteer to work there. Mm-hmm. So why you donating $15,000? What you donating for the maintenance? No. But you got people like me that's in the community and a lot more people that's doing shit in the community, but you won't donate to a person that look just like you because you feel like we're gonna beat you or we're gonna run the streets, but you give it to a white person because you feel like, yo, they gonna do the right thing with it. It's our mindset.
Right. We gotta change that mindset.
It's our mindset.
And look, I agree with you totally on that because that's what I'm upset about. I'm upset about that these donations and these contributions to Kinston from some of the stars that made it out are not coming back to our neighborhoods and our people. And I think that's just a dog and pony show when they do that. That money that's donated there, somebody's walking out with that money in their pocket. I mean, look, if everything's being donated to the church, and by the way, that was informative, right? Because a lot of people may need to know that information, right? And even those people, when they hear this, they may need to hear that. So I just think that, look, man, we gotta start putting these resources to our communities. And look, another thing you said, and I don't want to let that get past, was about the Arab situation. My problem has always been when I come home to my community and walk into a store, I don't see a black person behind the counter. I don't see a black-owned businesses. I don't see black grocery stores. I mean, I don't see these things. Why do I have to spend my money with someone who doesn't care 2 cents about me? I'm not stopping to the Arab store spending my money. It doesn't matter if their potato chips are 27 cents and my potato chips are 42 cents. He may have a better distribution contact than I have. The same thing I'm searching for, vendors and all these things. See, we need to get access to vendors and all these things. And I tell black people like this, and you don't have to go and commit violent acts or all these things to get people out your community. You know what you got to do? Don't spend your damn money with them.
But it goes deeper than that. When you say that the black business owners, the fingers that you need to point at is the churches. Yo, we got 5-6 churches on one block. But we got tore down houses, regular, everything ran down or whatever. But the preachers want to give us something spiritually. But they don't want to show us physically how to come on property, yo. You could actually, these preachers could actually, buy the blocks up and fix these houses up and put they church members in it, and teach them how to be a homeowner, teach them how to be a business owner.
Right.
We don't have that. These churches just pushing this shit and just getting paid on Sunday and taking that money, and cashing in on the white banks on Monday. That's denying us loans. And,
right.
Man, come on. It's these churches need to take responsible for what's going on in the community too, yo.
That's big. I think that we need to have a panel on that one day or something. We need to get a panel together and we need to talk about that, discuss those type of issues, those things. See, this is the dialogue that is needed. These things are people you educating people on what's really going on in the community because, look, we should be able to get loans from these banks, but because we live in these areas, I think it's called redlining or something. I researched it one, called redlining, where the banks don't give people in certain communities loans. They deny them loans. They try to say it wasn't around anymore. That's a show for another day, but I think that it's important that people know that you have 5 churches on one block, and you have 300 rundown homes that people are living in, walking in and out of. God knows how they look. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't we focusing on that? The church is supposed to be the pillar of the community, right? And in our community, all these black churches, right? So I hear church people screaming on Sundays about the community this, the community that. Look, and I know that one person can't do everything, but what I'm saying is this: these people can collaborate with each other, get together, and let's say, hey, look, let's help our people.
The only damn pillow these churches using is the lady Sister Teresa down there. Sister Annabelle down and tear their ass up, yo. But I mean, it ain't. I'm telling you, it ain't what it's supposed to be, yo.
Right.
And the reason why it ain't what it's supposed to be because people ain't calling them on their bullshit, yo.
Right.
We got a black mayor. We got down there the whole city council down there black. But at the same time, yo, they can't do it so damn much because it's out of their hands. We need somebody that's in that damn in the upper seats. Not the city council. We need somebody in the upper seats.
Right. So look,
the commissioner and all that. That's what we need. We need black people in them positions, yo.
Right. So look, I'm already in the mindset. I'm thinking I want to pound the pavement soon. You know, as you're aware, I was just terminated from my paper, so I'm totally free. I can get out of March. I can pound the pavement, which I couldn't do those things before, because of those restrictions. But now I can, and I'm thinking ahead. But it's going to take some time for me to get my stuff rolling in together, because I got home things. But we got to pound the pavement. We got to not go door to door. We got to let people know who they need to vote for and why they need to vote for this person. And we got to find people in our own community that we can push out to go and run for these seats. We need to be able to identify these things ourselves in our community, right? Because if you've been around the community doing things and been around a lot longer than I have, you can identify these things a lot quicker than I can. You can say, hey, look, I know this guy right here. Why don't they run? Why don't we talk to them about running? And let's try to help the community uplift them.
But you know what, though? I blame myself. And you ain't going to hear me say this shit too many times, yo. I blame myself. Because, yo, I know what it takes to run. And I'm not running for these positions, bro. And everybody say, man, yo, dude, you can't get it because, yo, the way you talk or the way you act and whatever, yo, I'm not kissing ass like a lot of the community, yo, these people that's in the community. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, man, when you get enough people to stand behind you, mm-hmm. that push you, man, we ain't got to look nowhere, yo, when it's already in us to do it, yo.
Right.
It's our job to do this shit, yo.
I disagree with those people that say that. Because, listen, at least you're not behind closed doors spewing out venom. You know what I'm saying? About other people and venom just dripping your lips. You're telling the truth. And if people don't like to hear that, then that's on them. Listen, I would love nothing more to see you run. I don't even know if I even have any resources, but, I mean, if I use my voice and I heard you running, I would say it every day. I would blast it to the ceiling, to the sky every day. Because, look, we need people like you in these offices. We need good guys. We need people that care about the community. We need people that stood up and said, I haven't taken a dime from these people. All I want to do is see my people prosper. I want to see my people do better. I want to see my community look better. Look, when I walk out the door, I want to see green grass on my grass too. Man, I don't care if you had to go get some sod or whatever y'all had to order it from the city. Put some green grass over here too. Because guess what? I want my community to look as good, right? And it pissed me off. It really made me want to go this route. I seen a video with this white guy riding around Kinston saying that we was the worst community in North Carolina. I mean, it pissed me off. It pissed me off so bad because you know why it pissed me off? Because I know the people in these communities. I was raised with the people in these communities. So it pissed me off because I felt like, look, how can you try to judge a community you don't know or don't know the people? Listen, the way the community look doesn't make the people around there, right? We are great people. We are strong people in Kinston. It doesn't mean, it just means that we don't have any resources for our communities. That's how I saw it.
But like you said, though, I mean, when white people say that shit, man, or anybody say that motivates you to get out and do something. That might be your motivation call. So, I mean, yo, dude, we need people like that to make us get up our ass and go get it, yo. So, I mean, yo, dude, that right there, I love stuff like that because, yo, dude, yo, it's proven wrong.
Right.
But at the same time, man, we need for black people to quit forgiving everybody except us.
Right.
We can forgive everybody in the world except us.
Man, that's big. That's huge you said that, man, because that is so True. You're right. Listen, I got to have you on this show a million times. And I had to just start calling you in as a guest and just call you in from wherever you are. Because, look, you said a bunch of important things today, man. Black people don't forgive each other. We hold grudges against each other, but we won't hold a grudge, against the light bill company that raised your light bill sky high, or the city leaders or community leaders that won't give those checks out, as you said from the beginning of the show, to the people that's in this historic district in Kinston, on the black side of the historical district community, because they're trying to get y'all away out of this community so they can build it up for themselves.
That's right.
This is what is happening. They don't want to inform you about these projects, and guess what? We need to start going down to the city and say, hey, let me see the city's plans for the next 20 years, for the next 15 years. Let me see these areas that you guys are building up. I want to know what you guys plan to do with this area, because guess what? You're not pumping resources in them, which means to tell me you're trying to bleed them out. And then you're trying to get them out where people look at the community and say they look so bad, then they can come along after we gone and say, see, I told you this community could have been great. See what it looked like now? We got all the people out? No. You could have done that while the people were here.
I'm going to tell you something, man. And when you're here in Kinston, take a ride to Noose River. It smell awful. That damn water's so damn brown, man. I mean, the parks ain't getting sprayed out. The kids play in. I mean, there's so much going on right around us that nobody's talking about,
Right.
Nobody don't want to talk about this. And then think about the incarceration in Kinston, you got, one time they did a roundup 2 years ago. They locked almost 200 kids up. And then want to let the guys out until they plead. Knowing they got innocent kids, but they didn't let them out till they plead.
That's crazy.
So you ain't looking for the truth. You ain't looking the Saudi cases. You just looking for a conviction.
Yeah, they're looking for a conviction.
And that shit's crazy because you scarring us. They're getting us stripes, and we don't know what stripes is, but they're giving us stripes. Every time you go down to the courtroom, the courthouse, and they tell you, if you plea out, we'll give you a lesser charge. That ain't nothing doing them to put a strike on your record. Because most people gonna do it because they're ready to go home.
And listen, I can testify to that because I'm going through that right now with myself, even on my job. Right? I think that because of my past, I'm being held back to a certain extent, even with pay. And I can say a bunch of things about it, but I'm not. I'm gonna go on. But I am a part of that system from Kinston where it gets you a strike, and if you get that strike, it keeps you out of corporate America, right? Why do we want black people in corporate America, right? Let's round them up, give them a charge. You can't get but so far, right? And when you get those things against you, those knocks against you, you already had your first knock being black, but then you start to have those strikes against you, those strikes, it makes it even worse. You're digging a hole deeper and deeper and deeper. Guess what? You're not even on ground no more. You're underground. At least just with the black skin, you're on top of the ground. But once you start receiving those stripes, you go deeper and deeper into the soil where you can't, rise from that. And it's unfortunate because, look, when I came home, I filled out, 100 applications. All the interviews went great. I mean, I killed it when I walked in the door. But when I got to that part when they say, what about your criminal history? They didn't love me no more. So I just thank God that it was.
But you know what, though? And that's true. But one thing, like you said, man, we came up together, man. We ate from the same table, man. We damn near did a lot of shit together, man. I remember you tried to hump my damn sister. I was trying to hump your damn sister. I
don't remember that.
But we all came up as kids, man.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna tell you something, man. The thing that I admire about you, man, because you sat down for a long damn time, 10, 12 years. I mean, you sat down for a long damn time, And actually, when you sat down, you ain't come home on no bullshit. It's like you became smarter. You took that time to read. You took that time, to learn what patience was. You took that time, to actually, progress.
Right.
So it ain't like you did all that time for nothing.
Right.
It made you stronger. It made you a better person.
Yeah, it did.
Man, look at all the ones.
I was over sentenced. It made me a better person. I was over sentenced, but I mean,
shit. Sometimes being over sentenced, they don't know they hurting you. They thinking they hurting you, but it's making you better.
But the worst thing they could have done. That's why I always say, and when I'll say this to anybody, not just white people, black people too. The worst thing that they could have done would sit me in a federal institution for that long with all those books. That's the worst thing they could have done. You've been better off leaving me on the street doing what I was doing. Maybe I would have ended up dead. Maybe I would have ended up killing somebody. Would have never got out again. So what I'm saying is this: they did me a favor, even though it was harsh, and I felt like I was overpunished. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, look, one brick is not enough to give you that much time. You know what I mean? One brick and a gun. I just don't see that. You know what I'm saying? So I had a problem with that, and I fought the courts, and the courts didn't like it. I called them out. They didn't like it. You know what I mean? I called the dirty officers out right there on the stand in front of the judge. They didn't like it. You know, so I got over-sentenced. So, but look, these things, like you said, it made me smarter. I got my stuff together. I got my mind back right, and I had to refocus. You know what I'm saying? But you shouldn't have gave me that many books to read.
I think, man, the journey that you already been through, and you say that, yo, we need to push people through, yo, that's going to help the black community.
Right.
If you ever sat down and look within yourself, man, maybe you talking to yourself. Maybe you need to stare in the damn mirror, yo, and look at your damn self, man, because we need knowledge, man. We don't need somebody that's black, because anybody could be black, yo, and not have the same feel, the taste, or the same grip that we had in the damn hood. We need people, yo, that's been through something, something that built character. So, I mean, when you say, yo, we need to push people, we might need to push ourselves. We might need to look in the mirror, yo, and look at shit, yo, for who we are.
So we got a spunk run coming in 2022, 2024.
Hey, shit, man, I'm going to have to put my damn leg on to do something, man.
Shit, well, hell, we put your leg on here. We go with you. I mean, listen. I can assure you one thing. I am ready to pound the pavement, man, for some cause or what it is. If you announce your candidacy for a seat anywhere in Kinston, I don't care if it's the commissioner of Kinston, I don't care if it's the mayor, I'm gonna back that 100% because it's important that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's important that people get behind you, get behind the cause, man. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? And then black people need to understand that y'all voting for these presidents, and I know y'all, everybody up in arms about that. Listen, you get to vote in your judges. You get to vote in your sheriff. If you don't vote, other people are voting for you, and these people are the people that are taking your lives from you, right out of your community, snubbing you because they want you to think that the presidential election is the most important election, and it's not. Your community, your local politicians, they're not preaching that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not so huge. The people in the community just need to get up off their ass and start voting.
That's right.
For they lawyer, the judges. You get to vote your judge in, your tax commissioner. You get to vote the most important people. These people play a role in your everyday life. How can you not vote for someone or be in concert or in tune with something in your community when it affects your everyday life? It affects how much your taxes on your purchases. It affects how the people in your community are sentenced. It affects how they're being treated by police. You get to vote your chief. All these things affects your everyday life. My question would be to the people in my community: how do you feel about that? How do you feel about keep putting your life in the hands of people that don't care about you, that are being voted in, and it affects your everyday life? Because your grandkids going to have to grow up through this.
We're gonna have to do better, man. Like you said, man, the most important thing, yo, that we missing out on the black community, is communication. If we don't get out there and quit calling every time somebody say something that we don't like, or somebody do something that we don't like, and say, yo, they hating, in which, yo, you can't be hating, yo, if they're telling the damn truth.
Right.
If they're telling the truth, it's not hating, yo.
Right.
It's the truth.
Right.
But, yo, the black community, yo, so stuck in, yo, this word called hating, and they're trying to come up and my cutoff game, and sometimes your cutoff game be cutting your own damn neck, yo, because, yo, you setting yourself up for failure.
Because you can't build alliances like that.
Yeah, we're going to have to get past that shit, man. We're going to have to, we're going to have to know what the truth is, man.
Right.
Yo, I'll run. It ain't scared to run.
I would love to see that.
And the reason why I ain't scared to run, because, yo, I'm at a part of my damn life now, yo, and like I always been, I don't give a damn about that shit, man. I mean, yo, I'm going to speak. I might not last long, because I'm going to come in there and say what the hell I got to say.
I think you will last long.
Bro, I mean, yo.
I think, listen.
If Donald Trump made it,
hell, you damn way better than Donald Trump. Listen, I can guarantee you this, though, Spunk. One thing I can assure you, and I know a lot of people in our community that we know the people. I know one thing. If you would announce a candidacy of some seat of some sort in this community, I think that the people will get behind you. You got people like Ms. Graham. You got people like all these people that love you. I told her I was coming to see you and interview you, boy. She went crazy. So, I mean, but look, you got people like that. People will back you, bro. I think the community will stand behind you 100%. And I think, guess what? It'll change the way we view politics in Kinston. Mm-hmm. I think that would change how we view politics in Kinston. You already in the community, serving the community. Look, I don't see any of these guys serving the community. Oh. I don't know this Hardy guy. I don't know this Hardy guy and this Dianco Brewer guy. I really don't even really like him. I mean, I don't see them in the community over here on Water Street or Atkins Street or up here Jack Roundtree or St. John or Teachers Memorial. I don't see these guys over here in the community walking.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know about Antonio Hardy. I don't know about him.
I don't know him at all.
But Don, I'm going to tell you something about Don. Don, he's doing his job. But you put this right here in mind. A black man trying to stand up, trying to do right in the community where, these white people don't have that job and did so much grimy shit that, now you got to go and try to do right and walk a straight line. And they want you to walk a straight line, but they done did so much grimy shit that, you can't even do your damn job because nobody participate with you. Nobody willing to show you how to do this and how to do that. That's what made Don's job so hard because now the black community, they putting pressure on him because they want him to do this and do that. And the white people putting pressure on him because they want him to do this and do that. When a white man was in that seat, nobody said nothing. Nobody don't give a damn what he do. Nobody.
That shit crazy.
Just like Dianco. You take Dianco for example now. Dianco, I don't see Dianco go in the community. Now, he's one of them people, that everybody ain't gonna like you. They're just like me. Everybody ain't gonna like me. But it's a lot of positive that he do in the community, When it come down to helping people run, teaching people about different jobs and different things, it's a whole lot of things, he do. But I'm quite sure you got a lot of people gonna look at me and say, well, I don't like Spunk. Or Spunk don't do nothing in the community. But if you don't know it, I can't hold you to the fire when you don't know something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, dude, when you pay attention to what's going on, a lot of people don't show their face out there. A lot of people hide behind other people because they don't want their face out there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's a lot of things that go on in our community, when it comes down to our people.
Right.
But, at the same time, it's like, we got to get past that, too.
But see,
personal.
My personal with Dianco is something more personal.
Okay.
You know mine. You probably know the situation. But I don't want to speak on it on air, but we'll talk about it off air. And he did something really real sneaky. And he reached out to me first, but on this incident, he didn't reach out to me. Him and his politician buddies, when they made the decision and made the move, when they should have alerted me and my family. Mm-hmm. So, but that's on another day. We'll talk about that off air, and I'll give you the scoop on that. But look, he can't run when I can pound the pavement now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna always be in opposition to him. So, I mean, even if you roll with him, I rock with him. I'm telling you right here to your face. Hey, if you walk beside him, look, you ain't a target, but he is. I'm opposing him. That's just me. I'm not going to hold it back. I'm going to let it be known. Yeah, you rocking with my boy Spunk. Yeah, me and Spunk ate from the same table growing up, but guess what? Man, look, Spunk ain't running. And, the only way he going to get a pass is if he helping you run. And you running. That's the only way I'm going to be silent. But if he running, I'm gonna be in opposition.
I understand, man. Everybody got something.
But look, that's for another day. I don't want to discuss that because that's a topic for another day and everything. So look, man. Hey, look, I'm happy to have you on the show today, man. While I'm ending this show out, and we got to do it again, man. Like I said, man, today. Before the show ends, tell people how they can donate to you, how they can look up the things that you're doing. Do you provide information for them, or how can they find you?
Well. Right now, I don't have a page, that people can find me, when it come down to, doing events because I try to stay off social media because, when you doing different things in the hood, people could be draining. They could be blood sucking, They could tire you out. But if anybody want to donate to any cause, man, you can hit me at $Tmore 8. You can't really go to my Facebook page unless you want to joke or cut up.
Okay.
But you can find me. It's, okay, like I said, if they get up with you, or most time on your show, you gonna sponsor me anyway. So
I got you.